Good morning, and welcome to your daily Farm and Home Show, brought to you by the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service. And now, here's your host. Good morning, and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna, and this morning we're visiting with Jason Phillips. He's a Simpson County Extension Agent for Agriculture and Natural Resources. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Joanna.
Now, Jason, the other day we talked about identifying a nuisance animal that you might be having a problem with, and it seems like this year we've had a lot of calls about squirrels and other nuisance animals.
Exactly.
And so if we have those animals identified, what's the next step?
Well, we get a lot of questions about these nuisance animals around the home, causing damage, you know, to various things, as well as our gardens and things like that. So the next step is, once we've identified the animal that we're trying to deal with, we can look at different options. And one of the options is utilizing a trap. This is a live trap. It's a have-a-heart trap. And so the animal is captured, not harmed, and then can be released somewhere else. But the important part about this is once you've identified what the animal is, you've got to get an appropriate size trap to match the animal in which you're trying to catch.
And do different animals like different bait? Because I assume that's how you get them to walk into the trap.
Right. So this trap here is primarily for smaller animals like chipmunks, squirrels, red or gray squirrels, maybe a weasel, something along those lines. We get a lot of questions about chipmunks and squirrels.
It seems like this year they have chewed up more
wires on vehicles. They get in attics, you know, and so this is certainly an option and can be a really effective option. Peanut butter works well for rats also, rats, squirrels, and chipmunks. So you can use peanut butter and that'll attract all of them.
All right, and so you just put a little peanut butter on that plate in there?
So we've got this trap triggered and ready to drop. So basically the animal comes into the bait, and a lot of seeds too, like bird seed, different seeds, they like those, but they come in and they'll step on here, and let's say we got some peanut butter, so they step up to eat it and the door falls. And they're just trapped there, and then you go out and check it daily. I would advise you to check the trap or look at the trap daily. You don't have to walk right up to the trap and leave your scent. As we talked about before, you know, scent in the area can deter some of the animals, but you can stand back at a distance and see if there's an animal in it or not. But it's really easy to set, really easy to bait, not very costly, pretty easy to find.
And can you get these at farm supply stores and things like that?
Most of your local farm supply stores would have these traps. Obviously, you'd step up a little bit in size for raccoon, possum, skunk trap. One thing that you can do, so these traps, like I say, are designed to where the animal is not harmed, and then you can take it back out. One way to keep that animal calm is covering the trap. If you cover it with a blanket, the animal tends to stay more calm.
Yeah, and you know, you brought up skunks, and nobody really wants to think about trapping skunks, but they can become a nuisance animal in some cases, and their breeding season is starting, you know, coming up right here in February, and so they're going to be a lot more active, and that's when we start getting calls about them being under homes and things like that.
Obviously, the aroma is not very pleasant, and if you were to catch a skunk, also, you always want to cover that trap because they're way less prone to spraying. If that trap is covered. Yeah,
because the skunk presents a challenge to take it and release it somewhere else. And so, you know, and with any type of wild animal, you want to be cautious of, you know, diseases that they might carry and things like that.
Exactly.
So when you're taking them out to release them, you want to take caution and care for yourself as well.
I would advise wearing some thick gloves in case that animal tried to, you know, bite you or claw you, a thick, long-sleeve shirt as you release the animal. But if you stand behind the trap and raise the door up, you shouldn't have any trouble, you know, especially with some of these smaller animals.
Now, Jason, a lot of times people will catch one, they'll feel success, and they'll put their trap away, but they're still having the nuisance problem, because a lot of times there's more than one there.
Right. Oftentimes, when there's one, there's more. And so just because you've caught one doesn't mean you've caught them all or necessarily caught the problematic one. Depending on if there's wires being chewed, for instance. certain squirrels get in patterns and chipmunks, and you may have not caught the one that was the problem.
So keep persistent. If you have any questions, contact your local extension office. Thanks for watching and have a great day. If you have questions about today's topic, please call the Warren County Extension Office at the number on your screen. Thanks for watching and have a great day.